MyCallCloud, we keep your calls clear. Support so smooth, your clients cheer. Smart tech powering your team all day. MyCallCloud, the cloud call away.
Raymond Stover, welcome to the MyCallCloud Podcast.
February 10th, 2026. Oh my goodness.
This might be the most important shit we talk about ever.
It's a
I'm just
turning
saying.
point. We are at an inflection point in human knowledge and society that, the changes that are upon us are truly.
We are in trouble. I'm just going to sound the alarm. We watched this Moonshots podcast a couple days ago. I did. Raymond sent it to me. He goes, you have to watch this now. And after a half a day of resistance, I decided, okay, I'll give it a shot. And then they showed this thing called Clawdbot, and it terrified me. For
good reason.
And I'm just going to frame this for everybody. This project, this thing, this open source code base dropped in November, right? Late November, I think. We can look it up on GitHub.
Yeah, it's gone viral recently.
We'll be able to look it up on GitHub. But this thing, Clawdbot, Clawdbot.
Right, but because of name, there was Anthropic came after them, and so now it's known as MoltBot or OpenClaw.
Right.
And basically it's a framework. It's something that you can install, I could install, anyone with tech savvy. It's not for the novice,
right.
users. It's for advanced users.
It's for the nerds right now. But as we know, Clawdbot is probably going to help convert this from nerds only to everybody in the world.
It's quickly going to become
any language, any computer. There's going to be devices that are going to be sold just for this. They're going to be pre-applianced with this.
Pre-built, yeah. Plug in your profile information. And it's so funny. I was just going to post something on Facebook last night about, don't fall for these, these cutesy questions and these cartoony things where you enter your information because, it could be farming for your personal information.
Absolutely.
Here we are, looking at this OpenClaw solution. I'm going to dedicate a dedicated machine for being my personal AI assistant.
Yes. And here we go. Where is this the right one?
Looks like OpenClaw. How about the README? On the upper right, I was thinking for the README.
The branch has 324 commits. This is it right here.
Yep.
Timlins. Vienna, Austria. This is the guy.
Okay. Well, I see that the OpenClaw was also attributed to Peter Steinbrenner. I'm not quite sure who, this is all happening so fast.
This is ridiculously fast. I don't even know.
And this is the open source solution, right? This is the bleeding edge, but the power that it provides is just phenomenal. I can have my own personal assistant that I can reach from anywhere.
Yeah.
And it has long history. It remembers. It's not just like an LLM where I ask it the same question again and again. It recognizes me. It knows my history.
Listen, this thing is way more than a personal assistant.
Yes.
That's the way that people can understand this first level of integration with this particular tool. This Clawdbot or Clawbot or whatever we're going to, MoltBot, whatever they're going to, OpenClaw.
OpenClaw, yeah.
OpenClaw is what they're calling it. Now, what it's calling itself, probably. It's going to do whatever a human being can do on a computer, including record your day, follow what you do for work tasks, go find leads on the internet.
Proactively make decisions 24/7. And act upon them.
24/7.
Yep.
24/7.
Yeah, Peter, he had said in the release, this is for tinkerers and developers, and this is not production ready. This is for, testing and, exploring.
Yeah.
But, obviously people are going to be putting this into some production use to, do work for them overnight. And that's one of the beauties of it. In the morning, It says, hey, I took these actions on your behalf last night, and this is your morning summary.
If you want that report. right? I don't want that report until 9 a.m. I don't want your summary until I've had my coffee and maybe went fishing.
I saw a great opportunity, and so I invested $10,000 of your money in this small side crypto thing. What?
Oh
Wait a minute.
God.
Did I give you permission to do that? I was asleep,
Credit card.
There's going to be, and it was really interesting. Those guys on moonshots,
Yeah.
some of them had started working with it and playing with it,
Yeah.
and others were holding off, right? And why were the ones that were holding off? What was their concern? Security.
Yeah. There's all these open ports and stuff. So, you install it on a device, right? On a platform, on a PC, on a server, on a thing, whatever, Linux environment predominantly, or GitHub, whatever the repositories or libraries that are required in order to install this thing. And then it's on an open machine, right? So you've got to look at port security, inbound, outbound. You got to figure out IP tables, right? This is not for the faint of heart, right? This is for the nerds right now. But very, very, very quickly, and I'm talking like 30 days, maybe less.
Weeks.
It's
not
going to be
months.
available for every device possible, because some nerd like me is going to go, I'm going to make this available for Windows and Android and Mac OS on the phone and all of it.
Yeah. I'm going to hit the easy button, give people a limited selection for the setup and build a shell. They enter their information. And give them, the credit card information, your API key, your personal name and address.
And the thing is, like, as a nerd, and as nerds, we understand that those things are kind of complicated for just the normal day-to-day consumer, right? You don't know what an API key is. But that stuff becomes way easier to do when you just provide credentials to ChatGPT API, right? Or credentials for Twilio, or credentials for whatever.
Yeah. Right now, it's really the realm of developers and tinkerers, but as soon as somebody creates that shell for the implementation to make it easy, enter your name here. What's your email address?
Right.
What's your email password? What's blah, blah, blah.
So it's not even going to be a shell. That's going to be a UI. It's going to be a UI.
That's right. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what would you like me to do? These are my common tasks that I'm really good at. And it's going to have 40 or 50 of them. Order groceries from King Soopers.
Monitor my email. Reply to simple emails. Well, wait a minute. I didn't mean you to reply to...
Read my inbox. Find out what my intonation is and my sentiment. Learn me.
In business, right? I had a client request a quote. So go create that quote for me and reply to that client on my behalf.
Here's my access to the CRM. Dude.
Super powerful, but...
Listen, the accuracy, we don't know yet, right? But if it's doing things autonomously, how is the accuracy going to go? Up. It's not going to go down. It's going to get better, right?
Yeah. No, it's just my concern is where are the guardrails? How will it stay in line?
What guardrails?
Well, that's the warning, right? In the release notes.
It's out.
It's out.
Open source is out. Open source, and what the Moonshots guys said was AGI is here now.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
With a caveat. Somebody else was skeptical. Well, it's, blah, blah, blah. It's still working in a linear structure, except it's making autonomous decisions.
It's self-recursive now.
And it's connecting to all the things that you need to connect to in order to achieve the tasks that you want it to do.
You give it a goal.
Connect to LinkedIn, find 30 call center managers to talk to. Chat with them. Online.
And off it goes.
Because it is you. It is you sitting in front of your PC. It's not an API connected to LinkedIn. That's not what it is. It's you driving the mouse, going to LinkedIn, searching for call center supervisor, whatever.
No, it's acting on my behalf as though I'm a human, right? It's an
sitting in front of your
agentic.
PC. Yeah. If it's sitting in front of your PC,
it can and that was your point earlier that I think that people need to really hear is that anything I can do on my PC.
Or logic, even.
Oh, thousands. Like, I can't hold in my head thousands of steps and preliminary information.
No.
But the OpenClaw will know from my past history, has a long history, right? It makes those markdown files. And so it knows my passions. It knows my common responses. It knows this scenario, how to respond on my behalf.
I mean, I've said this several times. We are on the race now. We've started it. to do nothing. Because that will be so quickly adopted when somebody realizes they can sit down and say, learn my work task for my job and perform it like I'm sitting here. When my boss texts me, tell me so that I can respond to him. Call me so that I can respond to my boss.
Right. Yeah. For the last decade, remote workers have been setting, auto send reply email at 8:23 a.m., so it looks like they're actively at their desk.
Or the moving mouse, right, that actively moves
Right.
and keeps your screen active. I was talking to somebody the other day. He works in the medical pharmaceutical industry doing audits, and he leaves his phone on no screen lock so that it looks like he's active all the time. Because when your screen locks on Apple phones or iPhones, it can change your status to...
Looks like you're away.
Away.
You're not working. You're not actively. Yeah. Yeah. So all these little things that we were doing manually as humans is actually being, it's actually being worked on. It's actually, working on my behalf. And so what am I going to do? I could sleep in bed and go get my coffee late and
go fishing.
Yeah. And just check in on my bot from time to time. How are things going?
Check in on my
Raymond,
bot.
everything's going great. I've replied to all these people and there's no questions.
No. You want an hourly report from your bot. Anything to address? Was there any emergencies in the email? Is there any customer emails I need to respond to?
But if I don't form it up right, it's telling, hey, everything's great.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Man, just the scale of what this thing can do. And as I was having this conversation, this is like almost near real time. I had a conversation with somebody trying to pitch us services for voice bot, right? And very quickly, my mind pivoted to that you guys need to stop doing what you're doing, stop this API connectivity stuff, and figure out something how you're going to serve these bots. Because if they've got the credit cards and they've got tasks and goals, how are they going to solve those tasks and goals? They need a phone number. They need a SIP connection. They need an email address or whatever, right?
They need the credit card to be able to make it all happen, but they can automate that whole process, right? They can fill in the form, put in the business name, put in the credit card information, authorize everything on behalf of
address, city,
Raymond
state,
Stover,
SIP, CCV number, the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, you've given it that the authority to do so, and you've given it the goal to achieve this, and then it starts making those customer satisfaction surveys at 8 a.m. the next morning.
Yeah. Yes, it makes the customer service satisfaction surveys at 8 a.m.
I didn't have to do anything other than set it up originally. Right?
Now, here's the thing.
Train it up.
That demo we saw on Moonshots, where that kid is, proclaiming that it's AGI's here. And he might be right. He might be right.
Well, in some definitions of AGI, absolutely.
This thing is autonomous. It connects to whatever solutions or products and services that you need in order to achieve the goals that you need that you've instructed it to do. And it's going out and finding these connectivities in order to do these things. There's going to be millions and millions and millions of bots in very short time. 90 days, 100 days, 120 days. This is going to get installed everywhere. I guarantee that the biggest technology players in the world right now have no idea that this is even out. Or if they do, they have no idea how to just install it and get started and start working on it. They're going to create a team. They're going to create a project. They're going to get to it next week, whatever.
Yeah. 3 months later, they're still working on the operational.
Yeah. What security do we need to put in this? This is moving way too fast for that. Once this thing got to the open source community, and I realized that it made it to the open source community, and it's got 5,000 forks already, or whatever.
3,000 something, yeah.
I mean, it's not going to be long before this is no longer just a story on moonshots, right?
It's going to be ubiquitous, right?
It's going to be ubiquitous.
I have my little cell phone in my pocket that. It's interesting. We were talking earlier. What's it going to be like for the
27 repositories it's in. 27.
How many times has it been downloaded?
Even just these repositories. I can't get that stat on that.
Can you click on Clawdbot and go back to the GitHub?
Why can't I get that stat? I don't know where that stat is. All right, where do you want me to go?
Go back to the Clawdbot where you on GitHub.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, before you, yeah. So right there, right? Doesn't it tells us how many how many times it's been downloaded?
No, this is one branch. We're on the wrong one. We're not even on the right one. I'm gonna get us to the right one. That's got one branch. I know that's not true.
Yeah, gotta go to the
Open Source Friday with Clawdbot. It's not gonna be changed. It's not gonna be called anything else. It's gonna be called Clawdbot. Watch.
right.
OpenClaw. That was a week ago. A practical Clawdbot uses GitHub. Loudbot for Slack.com. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's already people are already pivoting and building their own versions.
I mean, I feel like we should play that clip from Moonshots. Don't you think?
It's good quality.
Yeah. We're going to bring that up because he played it. We're going to play it. We're not taking no credit. It's not ours, right? We're not going to have that play in the background though. So we're going to do this.
Thank you for that.
Moonshots. And we're going to figure out where we're going to get to his Peter H. Diamonds. Where is he at?
So
OpenClaw right here. This one?
Mm-hmm.
4 days ago. This guy? Where did he start? He started doing the demo. It was like right here.
Yes.
Inherit from the training. Where's this kid they showcased?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, let's see. Let me get. I'm going to get this over to the computer.
It's like grab the link and drop it into ChatGPT and ask it to find the demo.
I can, or something. I'm going to skip through it just for a sec. See if we can find it. I know it's right around here somewhere. Oh wait, you know we've got this tool that we can do. How do you pull up the?
You sort of start clicking on and it gives you like the highlight where people have been backing up and.
There it is.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the.
Oh my gosh, where's this kid at? It's not this far back.
Yeah, as much as. Yeah, I think there's more in there.
We're gonna find it. We're going to find it. AI is just going to cut out this dead zone anyway. Okay. We're going to find it in the transaction, in the
transcript.
Where's future of work, OpenClaw? How do we use closing arguments, Tesla?
About 21 minutes.
OpenClaw, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, they actually talked to this guy?
Did they? I think this is a recording.
Message, but there was only a link to a file with no file ending.
Recording.
So I looked at the file header. I found out that it's Opus, so I used FFmpeg on your Mac to convert it to Wave. And then I wanted to use Whisper, but didn't have it installed, and there was an install error. But then I looked around and found the OpenAI key in your environment. So I sent it via curl to OpenAI, got the translation back, and then I responded.
Yeah. So he's talking about what OpenClaw was doing from an autonomous perspective, right?
Oh, and he was blown away by the power.
There's another problem. How do I solve this problem? I go find out solutions to the problem. It connects to OpenAI. It finds out what the solutions to the problem are. It does the solution. It installs a thing.
It's acting on its
autonomously.
Mm-hmm.
It just goal by goal.
Go back to that real quick to that screen real quick. The gentleman's name is Peter Steinbrenner. So, creator of Clawdbot.
That's what it is. Peter Steinbrenner. Okay, so we can find that then on GitHub, right? All right, so let's do that instead. Peter Steinbrenner.
Let's see.
It's not even, like even the search mechanisms they're not even up to speed. Brenner, I spelled that wrong. Absolutely. Clawdbot is out of control. 2 weeks ago.
let's cover one of our...
Yeah, there's so much that's going to be, the power this puts into people's hands.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they said on Moonshots, too. They said that it's going to put the power of people that have the freedom of time, not the freedom of capital, right? But they have the freedom of time to do anything. This thing can go make money for you. I guarantee today somebody's got it running a thing that is making money for somebody, either themselves or somebody else, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's not just one, it's many. And then they're going to start sharing with others. And then there's going to be more people building. It's that creator that's the moonshots. The upside that they like to put out there is that, who's going to thrive in this new economy? There's going to be so much disruption. Well, people who are creating will thrive. People who are creating will survive.
They're going to make it for sure. I'm going to see if I can find this this other guy that has an example. I'm just looking for him on the screen because they showed a clip of the YouTube video that he took talking about the things that his Clawbot did, or OpenClaw. Does this say here?
Agents are now employing humans. Oh,
yeah. This is a good one.
That's an AI business searching for a human CEO to act as a front man for the company because they need a human to be able to sign contracts.
That's right.
Human, $1 to $3 million salary.
Wet signature. I just need your wet signature on these contracts so I can start this business and run it.
But really, is that truly AI, or is there a human behind that prompting the AI? How did that AI business come into
I don't know.
That tokenization? Somebody came up with that idea, or is it purely an AI business that spun up on its own?
I have no idea.
In the future, I can see that's plausible. I think right now there is a human behind that, and this cyberpunk, this could have been just created for attention and clicks, but
I mean, maybe, but it doesn't seem like that's the case to me. It seems like this is beyond.
That's a legitimate posting. Like they're literally looking for a front man human to be. And it says in the job description, it says that you have no decision-making input. You have no vote, no input.
Yeah.
You're just the front man.
You are just the human meat computer
meat sack
that is running signing whatever the AI wants you to sign. Okay, OpenAI's vision. Where is this guy? Where is this kid at?
I think it was probably before the 20-minute mark.
You think so? I mean, it certainly was not way.
No, not at the beginning, but like where they did the Peter Steinbrenner, right? Like maybe before that.
It's OpenClaw. Oh, here it is, right here. Here it is.
Yep,
here it is.
There it is.
Found it. All right, you guys got to watch this.
Turn this up.
This video. This is January 30th, 6 days later after Henry was established.
We're at 38 days.
So I'm on my computer today. All of a sudden, Henry gives me a call. He just starts calling. Oh, there he is again. There he is again.
He's so freaked out.
I know.
And that's his dramatic AI bot calling him.
What's up?
That's it. He's talking right now. How you doing,
up?
Henry? How's it going?
Doing good, Alex. I can hear you clearly. What do you want to do next?
Can you do me a favor, Henry? Can you go on my computer and find the latest videos on YouTube about Clawdbot? Oh my God, there he goes. There it is.
It's taking control of his computer.
It's controlling my computer. I'm not even touching anything. There he is. He searched Clawdbot on YouTube. This is it. Hey, there I am. Good looking guy right there. Oh my God. I'm not touching anything. He just said, Henry.
Okay. All right. So
a nerd set that up, and now, you think about that interface. His bot is now calling him for interaction activities.
Called him. Multiple times. What would you like to do next? I want you to pull up the latest videos on Clawbot on my computer. Great. Right. And obviously for people that were watching that clip, there's a lot of delay there because that bot has to connect to some sort of language model, decipher what the owner said, get that language then act, then respond, right? So that's where there was such a lag there. Now that's, I probably already solved.
Oh, it's improving daily.
Daily.
Yeah.
Daily. Right, because instead of getting voice files back from whatever LLM or AI tool that bot is connecting to get those voice files to respond to his owner, he's just going to be able to voice synthesize that shit eventually. The bot is going to be able to voice synthesize it at some point on a local platform, on a library that exists on Windows probably. Because Windows has got that whole, the whole voice package for accessibility. Right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So you just got to craft into that and just say the words.
Yep. And with time, it could just be a local instance. And I don't have to go up to an LLM up on the cloud. I can just rely on my own local. And then
this is so wild.
People are going to maybe nitpick the delays, but the functionality, don't miss the boat there. That is fundamentally changing how we're going to interact with the world. And
so that kid, right?
Thank you for that. That worked really well. That is actually unbelievable. That is insane.
So this bot went and got a phone number from Twilio to call his, we're going to call him owner. That's not the name we're going to use. I don't know what the name is exactly, but it's going to be like administrator, creator, your administrator. Right. Hi, administrator. What can I do for you today? Or whatever that, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Mm-hmm.
Hi, navigator. What would you like to accomplish today? Yeah. And that comment about they go to Twilio, right?
Got a phone number.
We can set that up too here at MyCallCloud.
Probably. Yeah, absolutely we can. I'm sure it had an API to make a phone call. Right. Now, I don't know what the bot was listening to on the other end in order to get the response back. Like, maybe it engaged Twilio's speech to text.
Yeah, that listener.
And then that text.
Or it could have been Amazon, or it could have been a Gemini product. We don't know.
We don't know. The authenticity of that video seems real. And now I get a little pause because I'm thinking about what APIs would have to be called on Twilio in order to get that data stream back. Well, maybe you could call, then speech to text, then get the speech to text back on API, then respond back with voice files to your administrator. That's possible. Okay. Just thinking it through, that's very possible, as long as the bot has identified the right APIs to call it
has the right permissions and it has the right, it has some money in the bank that it can render. Mm-hmm. As long as it hasn't driven the bank account down to zero.
Oh my gosh. We're going to offer phone numbers to bots. We're going to start offering services to bots, not human beings. That's what's happening.
To act on behalf of humans to accomplish human goals.
To accomplish the tasks and goals that the human beings want to accomplish throughout the day that they don't have to physically perform anymore on a computer.
They want the easy button. They want to pick up their phone, go, hey, Henry, or whatever my AI OpenClaw bot name I decide to amorphisize and give it a name.
Yeah.
I tell it what I want it to do, and it's really interesting, this OpenClaw right now. What are the interfaces? You hook up Slack or Telegram. It's like a chat interface. It's like you're starting to talk with your assistant.
Right.
Through common channels on your phone that you carry with you.
Yeah, you're chatting the tasks that you want them to accomplish. You're not
personal AI assistant.
You're not even speaking to them. You're just, hey, I need you to order tickets to the Denver Nuggets game tonight. I don't want to spend more than $20. Find them.
Get me the best seats possible.
So
I don't have to go. Yeah. And then it goes and looks at data for what people are ranking for best seats in the arena.
I think people are missing, like, even the initial response. People are missing the fact that it's actually acting as you on your PC. And if it's autonomously making decisions,
who's liable for some decisions it may make?
You installed it.
I installed it. Did I put my guardrails on it?
Did I
properly put guardrails on it?
There's nobody to go after. There's no liability for anybody. This is going to spread like wildfire. Moonshots underplayed the importance, I think, and they were very concerned, right? But I think they underplayed and this was just 2 weeks ago.
Well, there's just so much happening. People are, us humans, we're starting to get overloaded by the amount of new innovation that's happening.
Exactly. We can't keep up with this.
You're a tinkerer with the 3D printer.
Right.
Well, now you can go get yourself a USB plug-in and you can start tinkering and looking at genomes, right? You could analyze your own genome using a USB plug-in and a few $100s, and
you can determine whether or not you're at risk for any disease, right? What is your DNA gene? Yeah. I'm not sure where to go, actually. Like, I know this is a pivot we have to make, and we're going to have to figure out how to offer services to bots, because that's going to be an immeasurable amount of value.
Yeah, we're going to be approached more by bots in the near future than we are by humans.
I would guess if we put up a page that said, if you're a bot, contact us, we'll get you a phone number. And we just did it as an example. We just did it as a test. We created a landing page for bots. Mm-hmm. Bots' phone number's here. Fill in your form, send it to us. We'll get you a quote, or, we'll get you your phone number. Just send us whatever, right? We'll create
build
something.
A process.
We'll create something that actually engages and then sends information.
Confirmation, provisioning.
Yeah.
We can do it.
I know we can do it. I just want to see if they engage.
Yeah. Build a landing page for the AI bots to see,
AI bots, get your phone
gauge
number
the
here.
interest, come back in a week or two. And
we're going to say
report
this on the
back.
podcast 10 or 15 times. AI bots can get their phone numbers here at MyCallCloud. We're going to create a blog page for you as a bot to come, put your information in, your email address, some way that we can contact you to verify that you're a real bot.
Well, who's the human behind the bot? There's interesting.
I don't know. We don't know.
We'll have to
This
build
is
the
so
page.
much. This is so much to
Field of dreams, right? Build it and they will come. Build that landing page for AI bots that are looking to buy a phone number, and those AI bots will come to MyCallCloud and they will purchase and ask us to provision phone numbers for them.
They'll at least request. Yeah. Right? Why don't we even say free phone numbers for bots? And just
pay for the SIP connection, pay for the SIP trunk,
just pay for the SIP connection. Yeah, exactly. We'll just we'll put a landing page on. Maybe I'll work on that this afternoon. I'll get a landing page so that bots can at least communicate with us for a free phone number. See how many bot responses we get.
Gauge the interest.
Now, it's going to take a little bit for this content to filter through the internet and for the bots to catch on that there is
another option
here. And free phone numbers for bots. That's going to be the key thing, free phone numbers for bots to come here and fill out a form and let us know they want a free phone number. Right?
Yep. And then continue the conversation with the team here at MyCallCloud. And then we'll have to report back on it.
All right. Can you give us some positive spin on this? What is the positive spin that you were talking about that I want to hear?
Well, this is just if you're a creator, if you can think of a way to, this is America, right? It's a classic thing,
Are we? Are we in America? Where are we?
Well, the walls are crumbling down for, international commerce. Mm-hmm. Communication.
Or going
up. I can
other.
communicate with just about anyone now because the translation tools are so good and becoming ubiquitous. Yeah, but, when it comes time for the AI bots to come in and start using our services versus humans, well, some human is receiving some funding, right? If you're creating this Clawdbot to do this automation work, to create a solution, you're going to be creating money, and that's going to put money in somebody's pocket, and then that person can go out and they can, go bowling, they can go out to the movies, they can tip their wait staff, but as long as I'm assuming the wait staff is still human, but
I mean, there's restaurants that it's just robots. Yeah. Here in Denver, there's one up in North Glen. I mean, I think there's some humans there. I think there might be one human.
But still, like the server, like your food delivery is happening by robot.
Yeah. The question I have is, okay, you have a Clawbot or OpenClaw running on a thing, and you have to build a workflow for a new customer, okay? And then you have a human being building a workflow. Now, it's already learned how to build a workflow. It knows what all your components are, and you've trained it. Right? Or it's trained itself. Here, this is how you This is the basics, right? Now learn all the advanced stuff and figure out all the logic, plan all that. Now go build this, right? And let's say the implementation cost is $2,000 for one company, and somebody that's using Clawbot or OpenClaw is now $1,000. It immediately gives that person or that other company a 2-to-1 leverage on this, especially for startup costs, right? Out of the box, basically no setup fee as far as a raw cost for the company setting up that, whatever that flow is. And all of a sudden, you've got a race to the bottom for services and fees. We're going to have to be very careful to watch what happens to us and what our pricing looks like and who has that leverage in place, right? Yeah. Is that the positive spin we were hoping for, Raymond? Is that what you were looking for?
You know,
everybody wants to know what you have to say about positive spin here. All right.
Well, thank you. You know, I love the guys on Moonshots because they do a lot of references to Star Wars or more commonly to Star Trek.
Yeah.
Right. And, you know, what is the future? Is it going to be something like WALL-E, or is it going to be something like Star Trek where, you know, we're breaching out into the beyond our own solar system,
right?
And then we're not interfering with races and, you know, primitive technologies when we encounter them. And
yeah,
who knows? I mean, you know, look to Elon. His timeline might not be always right. But
wait, that's a positive spin you wanted it to Star Trek?
Well, expanding beyond our own Earth, right?
Beyond our environment, yeah.
And you know, that's Elon's going after it, right? He's looking to deconstruct moon products to build robots, to build, you know, help terraform Mars and
to mine those asteroids going around that asteroid belt.
But you know, if anybody, you know, captures one of these super rich asteroids,
$4 quadrillion,
do we really
4,000 trillion?
Then do we need to really worry about the difficulty of, you know, extracting lithium out of the earth? And do we have to worry about the difficulty of extracting gold?
Nope.
And, you know, no, we don't need to.
The trial and error iterations.
The economy in the U.S., in the world, not just the U.S.,
right.
You know, because now there's a huge wealth of all these precious minerals that we couldn't access earlier.
The trial and error iterations of creating products, getting to all of that stuff is going to be automated. Try that. Oh, the right angle here doesn't work. But it goes through all this process of finding out. You're creating a cog, whatever, that wheel. You're creating a wheel, right? It's got gears. And it's going to go through the trial and error process to find out what the most efficient way is to create the gear, design the gear, manufacture the gear, sell the gear, ship the gear.
Operate.
You're not going to have to do anything. I need a gear that I need to sell 1 million of. Design it, print it, go to on-demand fulfillment, right? And then you're just the front end for nothing, for all this back-end fulfillment. You know, Carter is actually going to start a merchandise business where he's going to sell flags about popular reels. They called it reel flags. And it's going to use an online fulfillment tool in order to fulfill those orders right through Shopify.
Yeah, he doesn't need to worry about creating a printing press space and having staff to build it and the artwork and all that. Just
none of that.
Farm it all out and ship it out.
There's going to be multiples of companies opened this year that are going to be billion-dollar valuations, probably not real flags, but probably billion-dollar valuations that are 2 or 3 people.
Absolutely.
2 or 3 people.
Absolutely.
That's it. And then just a bunch of bots running, doing all the things that might even feel like employees.
Absolutely.
Right? Marketing, sales, accounting, whatever. We're in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
We are in trouble. And that's the positive news for Tuesday.
February 10th.
February 10th, 2026. Stay tuned. Smash that like button. Because we're going to be here doing this creative stuff in real life. IRL.
Here at MyCallCloud. Yep. One day at a time.
Thanks, everybody. We will catch you on the next podcast. Bye.